I just hit start. Is it ready?
Yeah. Go. Wait. Okay, go.
No. You got your thing started?
Mm-hmm. This is interval time.
And it's got 3 legs anyway, so even if we went up over 3, well, no, it doesn't.
Oh, it's still touching the wall. Still touching the wall. Tell me when you don't see it touching the wall, because we have different views.
You can see what I see. We're both seeing the same thing. That's hysterical. I'm gonna push this out.
Touching, and on this one, 6-minute touching. So today, do you just want to do baseline? Just see what it does today and come back tomorrow?
Hold up.
What?
Aren't we on the 3rd one right now?
Yeah.
You've got baseline 2 touching it. Never. Oh yeah, it was touching the wall the whole time. It was just touching. Yeah. It's because we changed our definition on the. All right.
And so are we just going to write down or just come and say, oh, our roach was number 18 tomorrow?
Yep, I'll have a running after your
Okay. Roach 18. So, what?
Which one's the one that's been going?
Wall. I mean, that's the interval timer. This is the wall timer. So, what do you want to do today? Because we'll have our 3 things at baseline. It's pretty much, we could even do a 4th and make it like even stronger.
Sure. Do you want to hop back in and do a start in the intervention?
Do you want to?
Or do you want to wait to write it on up so we have like steps that we're going to go on first and what we're going to do?
I don't think we need that. I mean, that'll come in the methods.
No. When I say I got you, but I'm talking about they're going to be watching this. So how are they going to know what it is that we're doing without kind of written up? All right, other than kind of go through that spot. This is what we did.
Right. I mean, we can talk to them, and you can label these videos baseline 1, baseline 2, baseline 3. You know.
I got that. I'm talking
What
about.
do you
I'm
mean?
talking about when you get in. We're just doing the baseline. We haven't gotten the intervention.
Right.
So you want to hop in doing the intervention today and start doing some punishing, and we don't have
Maybe.
anything written on up.
We don't need it written on up, right?
No. You still want a step process so that the girls can kind of follow and watch over that while they're, granted, yes, we did baseline, but when we're going into the actual intervention, it's still not much different. Now, granted, it's not assessment, but we're still got to have a steps that they go through or what it is that we're doing with the intervention.
I'm confused by what you mean by steps. Like what would you suggest?
The design procedure. I'm suggesting that. All right. So now that we have done the baseline, now we want to include the intervention and make sure it doesn't do it.
Right.
And now we're gonna basically spray it.
Right.
Everyone until it gets off the wall.
Right.
Okay. So once it gets off the wall, that's that. But there's a certain you do your little steps on how Okay, and then we've changed to where we're no longer doing FR1, but we're doing maybe FR5 because it's staying off the wall and doesn't need to as much anymore. And every once in a while maybe it comes on back and then we hit it again. Thing is, what I'm saying is there's a certain thing that you go through. The step process in the assessment that we did, the preference assessment that we did.
Right.
Multistim without replacement. Okay, after 30 seconds, do this. After this, do this. That's a step process. That's what I mean by step process.
Right, and that's what we're doing, like 6-minute intervals, a minute off. 6-minute intervals, a minute break.
That's
Is that
for
what you mean?
baseline. I'm saying, yeah, and that's what we did for baseline. And we did as I guess we can write it as we go. But I'm saying, did you want to have something written down before we start the intervention, or just want to go with it?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Now I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
We could just be like,
Yeah.
punish every
Because what I'm
instance.
saying
we
is-
don't need steps. We just need to punish
Yeah, but
every
what I'm saying is
instance.
essentially we're kind of going in working with the kid. Let's say this is a kid, and we don't have a plan about how we're going to work. We're just going to, you know, let's just go ahead and hit FR1.
Yes,
and you
that's
know what? This
exactly
is
what
working
we're
with
gonna
listed.
do.
You want to do it that way?
Yeah, FR1. Like
No,
every
no, no,
instance.
no, I'm saying without the step process.
What do you
I'm
mean
saying the
step
steps.
process?
Oh wow. Multiple pressment. I'm just coming back to the multi-stimulus without replacement.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's almost
So.
So what?
There was a step after 30 seconds. We pulled. We watch it. We let it pick its thing or whatever. It picked its thing, and so we pull it out of the box.
Right.
We put it in there. That's step 2. Step
Right.
3, we let it go. We give it a certain amount, 30 seconds to pick its spot.
Right.
Okay, that's step 2. Step 3, it picked its spot. Now we go ahead and, you know, want to write it down. Also, we're videoing at the same time. But there was steps. There was a process that was all written on out.
Right. But that was
This-
like we had instructions.
My
for
point
that.
is, it's not much different with this as well too.
So what kind of steps would you like to have written out?
That's
then?
what I'm asking. I wasn't sure how you want to go about that.
I think the steps. It's not like we just need to punish every instance, not necessarily like steps. If it's on the wall, you punish it.
I know. I don't know. I just assumed there would be a step process that you would go through. Kind of like, I mean,
Let's see. Okay.
maybe I'm wrong. This is how little I know.
What kind of step process?
I'm using the word step process because in the multi-stimulus without replacement, there was certain steps that we went through. And I would think when you go into including an intervention, it would be the same thing. There's a process that you want to go through to make sure that certain things are being done on top of obviously the FR1 or the FR5. There's still steps and things that you go through, right?
Sometimes for like more complicated ones, it's helpful to write it out. But as long as everybody's on the same page, I guess.
So this is not that complicated. We don't need to write it on out. There's nothing we
We
can.
can just punish every instance.
Between you guys, you can like get like a kind of rough working procedure. Like we place it, you know, this way in this area. Set the timer, let it run, and if it's on the wall, punish it. If not,
Yeah.
just as long as
Okay.
everybody's on the same page.
All right.
Whatever works best for you guys. Honestly.
I just know we're writing this out as well, so you want to include that in there, and by having that.
Yeah,
kinda
and that's what
written
we are
down.
doing. We're keeping we're putting it in the box, we're putting it in the middle of the box, and we're doing like a minute break in between each session. Like, I think it's pretty straightforward.
Okay, well maybe it's just me. I might have looked at that all wrong.
All right, ready? You want
You-
to start that watch?
This
Oh wait,
hasn't
yeah.
stopped.